Hello everybody, my name is Jude, and today we're going to be taking a look at the most used Battle Pass skin for every season from Chapter 5 Season 2 all the way back to Chapter 1 Season 1. So the way we're going to be doing this is we're going to be looking at statistics from replay files, and these replay files will be able to tell us exactly how many times a Battle Pass skin was run during Chapter 5 Season 2. We are only going to be looking at data from Chapter 5 Season 2 because it is the most accurate way of telling exactly how many people are running these cosmetics today without seeing numbers from when they were first released. For example, in this video, you'll see that Aphrodite has over 100,000 uses, and that is because it is in the current Battle Pass and it is very, very early on in the pass, so a ton of people are going to be using it right now. However, in about a year from now, its numbers will look a lot closer to Battle Pass skins from the last chapter. One last thing before we get started, all of the information from this video came from Fortnite.gg and their cosmetic stats. So kicking it off with Chapter 5 Season 2, the most used Battle Pass skin is Aphrodite with 135,000 uses. Like I said before, these numbers are obviously going to drop whenever the next season rolls around and the new Battle Pass skins release, but as of the time of recording, she is being used 130,000 times, and there is only two other Battle Pass skins that can also break that 100,000 mark. Chapter 5 Season 1 is up next, and Hope is the most ran Battle Pass skin with 49,000 uses. The Nisha skin is very close with 41.8 thousand uses, but Hope just slightly beats Nisha. Hope's numbers can be attributed to the fact that she was tier 1 in the Battle Pass, as well as she had 3 very distinct edit styles. Hope's numbers are also a little higher than they should be, and that's because last season's Battle Pass did feature her. So her numbers will also drop a lot as the seasons roll by. Fortnite OG is up next, and Spectre Knight comes in with 22,000 uses. The Spectre Knight outfit is extremely customizable with almost 4 million different possible combinations. Spectre Knight has helmet styles that resemble the helmets that are worn by the original knights from Chapter 1, like Red Knight, Ultima Knight, Dark Knight, Spider Knight. Once again, this skin was tier 1 in the past, but I don't believe that affects it nearly as much as Hope because this pass was so small in general. Any super customizable skin will always perform pretty well just because the amount of options you have, and I definitely believe that is part of the reason Spectre Knight is so high up here. Next up is Chapter 4 Season 4, and Piper Pace comes in with 32,000 uses. Piper Pace has 3 distinct edit styles, as well as super level styles that you can choose from. Next up is Chapter 4 Season 3, and the Mariposa skin comes in with 16,000 uses. Mariposa is a Dynamo reskin, which is the 22nd most used skin of all time. Unlike Dynamo, Mariposa has many different edit styles to choose from, as well as a style where you can take the mask on and off. Next up is Chapter 4 Season 2, and Highwire comes in with 7,000 uses. As of the time of recording this, Chapter 4 Season 2 was about a year ago, and so the amount of uses between this season and the rest of them on this list are going to even out. Next up is Chapter 4 Season 1, and Halsey has 9.5 thousand uses, making it the most used skin of that season. Halsey has 3 edit styles, like many of the skins on this list. Halsey was so popular that it actually received a reskin in Chapter 4 Season 4 in the form of the High Stakes Club pack. That concludes Chapter 4 and Chapter 5, and now we're going to be moving into Chapter 3, starting off with Chapter 3 Season 4, where Spider-Gwen is the most used skin with 6,000 uses, and it is one of the only collab skins on this list. Spider-Gwen is also one of the only Tier 100 skins on this list as well. Next is Chapter 3 Season 3, where we see a spike in numbers again with the Eevee skin with 14,000 uses. Eevee was a very, very popular skin back then, and even today. It has a reskin in the form of Summit Striker Eevee. Eevee is just a very popular skin that I do believe we will see more remakes of in the near future. Next up is Chapter 3 Season 4, and Suki 2.0 has 3.1 thousand uses, and it is actually one of the lowest amounts of uses in the entire list. Out of all the battle passes, Chapter 4 Season 2 has the least amount of people running all the skins combined. Suki 2.0 has the advantage of being a remake of the popular Suki skin from the item shop, as well as having a couple different edit styles that you can choose from. The final season we're going to be looking at from Chapter 3 is Chapter 3 Season 1, and the Haven skin has the most amount of uses with 13,000, which is surprising because the original Spider-Man skin was in this battle pass. Haven beats out Spider-Man with about 3,000 users, and honestly, this is one of the most surprising skins to appear on this list, in my opinion, because I actually never ever see this skin ran. Skin has a ton of edit styles with different mask options that you got from searching chests back in Chapter 3 Season 1, and maybe that contributes to why it's so popular, but I highly doubt it. Next up is Chapter 2, Season 8, and we see the second most used Battle Pass skin of all time right here, and that is the Core skin with 169,000 uses. Compared to Aphrodite from this season, Core has about 35,000 more users, which really just shows you how popular the Core skin is. If you tune into streamers playing FNCS, many of them are actually wearing the Core skin. Core got a reskin in Chapter 3, Season 3 in the form of Undercover Core, which is not ran nearly as much as the original. Core has a ton of edit styles to choose from, as well as super styles that really do help its numbers. Arctic Operative Core is the one I personally see the most, and I do believe that is the best one. Next up is Chapter 2, Season 7, and the Sunny skin comes in with 33,000 uses, which is quite surprising considering the skin is now 2 years old. Sunny has a couple of edit styles to choose from, including the Beachcomber Sunny, as well as access to the super level styles from that season. Surprisingly enough, Sunny actually does not have any reskins as of the date of recording this video. Next on the list is Chapter 2, Season 6, one of the most hated seasons in Fortnite history, actually has the most used Battle Pass skin of all time, being the Laura Croft skin with 234,000 uses. Pros do definitely like the Laura Croft skin. You see it a lot in ranked and in tournaments, and it is the first Gaming Legend skin to ever appear in a Battle Pass. Next up is Chapter 2 Season 5, and the Lexa skin comes in with 5.6 thousand uses. This skin has the male counterpart of Orin, which is used way less than Lexa. This was one of the very first cell-shaded skins we got, and this is where the numbers start to decrease again after the popular Core and Laura Croft skins. Next on the list is the first male, surprisingly, with Tony Stark coming in with 22,000 uses. Chapter 2 Season 4 was the Marvel season and brought us a Marvel-themed battle pass with Tony Stark ending it off, who had a built-in emote to turn into Iron Man at tier 100. Chapter 2 Season 3 is up next, and Jules is the skin that is used the most with 18.4 thousand uses. This is actually personally my favorite skin in the entire game. Jules has 3 reskins in the form of Scrap Knight Jules, Beach Jules, and Combat Tech Jules. The original Jules skin from the Battle Pass has 2 edit styles. It has the Welding Mask and the Shadow edit style. Next up is Chapter 2 Season 2, and it has the most used Tier 100 skin, being everybody's favorite, Midas, with 47,000 uses. Midas brought us the Golden Touch reactive ability, which turns all of your weapons golden. Midas has a ton of reskins as well as a female counterpart in the form of Marigold. Next is Chapter 2 Season 1, and we see the skin that performs the worst on this entire list, and that being Remedy with 2.4 thousand uses. This is the least used tier 1 skin as well, obviously, and the upper body from Remedy was reused to make the defaults from Chapter 2. Remedy closes off Chapter 2 as we enter into the Chapter 1 section of this video. Chapter 1 Season X is here, and Tilted Technique comes in with 14.1 thousand uses. Tilted Technique is obviously a reskin of the Technique skin from the Season 4 Battle Pass, which has 3,000 active users. Before Season X, we had Season 9, and Demi was the most used skin from that Battle Pass with 3.1 thousand users. Demi had a Midnight Black edit style as well that you got from the Overtime Challenges. Chapter 1 Season 8 is up next, and Lux comes in with 10.3 thousand users. Lux was actually the first female Tier 100 outfit in the entire game. It is quite surprising that Lux is actually the most used skin in this battle pass when the original Peely outfit is in this battle pass. Funnily enough, Lux actually used to be hated and regarded as the worst tier 100 skin in the game when it came out. Chapter 1 Season 7's up next, and Lynx takes the cake with 10.3 thousand users. Lynx has had a ton of reskins since its original release and is one of the most customizable progressive outfits we ever got. Chapter 1 Season 6 is up next, and Calamity is going to be taking the #1 spot for most used skin of this season. Calamity had the infamous Jiggle Physics glitch as well as a male counterpart known as Deadfire. Calamity has a reskin in the game in the form of the Gilded Elites pack. Chapter 1 Season 5 is up next, and surprisingly, it is not the Drift outfit, but it is the Redline outfit with 7.7 thousand users. Redline is the male counterpart to the Burnout outfit, which could be acquired in the item shop for 1500 V-Bucks. I would have never guessed Redline would be the most used skin of this season. I would have obviously guessed Drift or Ragnarok, but the numbers do not lie, and it does beat Drift. Chapter 1 Season 4 is up next, and Omega has 5.3 thousand uses, making it the most used skin of this season. Omega, as well as Carbide, were the first progressive outfits in the Battle Pass. Omega has a variety of styles, as well as the remake Omega Knight. Chapter 1 Season 3 is up next, and Elite Agent comes in with 17.7 thousand uses. Later on, after it was released, it did receive a no helmet edit style, which probably brought more popularity to this old skin. Elite Agent's male counterpart, Rogue Agent, was the first ever starter pack skin. Elite Agent was also the most used skin from any of the Chapter 1 battle passes. Chapter 1 Season 2 featured the very first battle pass, and Royal Knight is the most used skin from it with 4.4 thousand uses. Finally, we have Chapter 1, Season 1, if we even count it, because it actually wasn't a battle pass. Renegade Raider does beat Aerial Assault Trooper in terms of numbers. It has 473 active uses, which is 420 more uses than Aerial Assault Trooper. Thank you guys for watching. This is my very first video I'm making on YouTube in a long time, so any support is greatly appreciated. I really would like to hear what you guys think I can improve on for the next video. If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It means way more than you could possibly imagine, and I'll see you guys next time.